How's it going, everyone? Welcome into Fantasy Filmball. My name is Matt. With me is Dylan, and today we're going to be going over the BAFTA Longlist and reacting a little bit to the surprises, the snubs, what's here, what's not. So to start this off, Dylan, you woke up this morning, you read the long lists like right away. I abstained from it. I have not read them. I have no idea what we're about to see right here. So I'm going to be live reacting. Dylan is going to be reading these. He knows what to expect. I have no clue what to expect. I saw one headline which said that Everything Ever All at Once performed very well and All Quiet on the Western Front performed very well. And those were the leaders of the short lists, or the long lists, sorry. I don't know. Are these long lists or short lists? Because, they seem like short lists.
Yeah, the website calls them long lists, but this year BAFTAs are doing something a little bit different, and they only have 10 films per category instead of the normal 15.
So those are short lists. That's... Don't call them long lists. They're short lists, BAFTA.
Well, our thumbnail, it will say long list. However,
I guess
yes,
so.
Like you said, I woke up, I was not planning on seeing them, but shout out to everyone in our Discord, because the first 3 messages that were from seconds before I woke up said this thing about it. I was like, okay, now I actually have to look at it because that is very important.
Yeah.
However, you mentioned you saw something, so let's start off in best sound. The 10 films, one is what you mentioned with All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, Babylon,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The Batman,
Okay.
Elvis,
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once,
Makes sense.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio,
Yep.
Tar,
Okay, so Tar's there, and Moon Age Daydream missed, so...
13 Lives, and Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, 13 Lives. So Nope missed here as well, because that
So
already
did-
missed the Oscar shortlist.
So did The Fabelmans.
So did The Fabelmans. But we have Tar and we have 13 Lives here, which means that obviously Moon Age Daydream isn't there. What's the other one from... Oh, it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever's not there.
Correct.
So, okay, that's a very simple 10. I mean, we've got 8 out of the same 10 as the short list for the Oscars on this long list. I don't know why one is a short list and one's a long list, but whatever, we move. It's just the British doing British things. You know, I guess it's the metric version of it.
Speaking of the British doing British things, that brings us over to visual effects. And one thing I like about the BAFTAs is they mention how many films were submitted for consideration. So 170 were submitted for sound. Special effects, only 69 got in. And here are the 10 that they selected. So All Quiet on the Western Front pops up again. Avatar, The Way of Water. The Batman.
Wow, surprise. Good.
Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Let's go.
Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Jurassic World Dominion, and Top Gun Maverick. So, off the bat, I know that 13 Lives isn't here because that is still a weird shortlist thing for the Oscars, but I don't remember what the other one that
Nope
missed out
isn't
to
there.
get in. Nope. Okay. So Nope missed.
Isn't there, and Nope made the Oscars shortlist for VFX. Did it?
Yes, it did.
Yes,
I have
it
it in at number
did.
5 at the moment, but maybe I don't anymore after seeing this.
I mean, I don't think this is going to affect it too much. I mean, the VFX branch at BAFTA is definitely not as it's very, very different. Very, very, very different.
So
How many
we move from
VFX
visual
get done
effects.
in Britain?
So we move from visual effects into production design, and maybe we see some more British nominees here. Probably not, but we start off with All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, The Batman, Elvis. Here's your British shout-out, Empire of Light, Everything Ever All at Once, The Fabelmans, and Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Okay. Is there anything big missing here? Glass Onion?
Glass Onion, I guess. Black Panther. Those would be the top 2
Yeah.
that are missing here. Neither of which I have in my personal Oscar 5, but...
I'm glad Black Panther's not there for this. Personally.
So, yeah.
Like on a personal level.
Yeah, I would say
I
all
still
the
think
main competitors are here, because, I mean, you have Avatar, you have Babylon, you have Elvis, you have
course.
Everything Everywhere, and you have...
Banshees getting there is good.
Yeah, take your pick of Banshees, Batman, All Quiet, and Fablemans for that last spot.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect. Is Woman King here?
No, it is not.
Interesting. Okay, that feels like it's going to foreshadow how this is going to perform here, because we haven't seen it in sound, and we haven't seen it here either.
Well, I'll go ahead and spoil our next category's original score, and there's 137 submitted here, and 11 got advanced to the next round, and Woman King was not one of them. I don't know why. Wow. I guess there's a tie somewhere, but yeah, Woman King is not here. But going through the rest of the nominees, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, the BAFTA redeems us all, giving us Batman.
No Avatar.
Avatar is missing, yes. Empire Light is here. Everything Ever All at Once, Glass Onion, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Tar, Women Talking, and The Wonder.
Wait, was Banshees there?
Banshees is here. No Fablemans. No Avatar.
Fablemans, good. I think Fablemans is missing. Because we're not going to see... It's... Excuse me. It's very obvious to me. We're getting Women Talking, Babylon, Pinocchio, probably Banshees. And then if we had Fablemans as well, we would have the exact same Oscar 5 as we would get at the Golden Globes, which never happens. They never go 5 for 5. Mm-hmm. So I think Fablemans is missing, especially with it missing the BAFTA long list here. Was Everything Ever All at Once on this list?
Yes, it was.
Okay, because we had been thinking for a long time that score was just not happening for Everything Ever All at Once. But I think I have it in my top 5 now.
I still don't, but one score that did make the short list here that you haven't mentioned yet is Tar, our favorite score of the year.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. God damn it, really? Why is that?
Yeah.
Why? It's not a score.
It's something, and it keeps showing up, but thankfully the Oscars did not put it on the short list, so it cannot show up there.
Well, it was ineligible for the Oscars.
Exactly.
Like the Fablemans fucking should have been.
So, score and a hair makeup. Here, we go back to only 10 films, and our 10, I can already see some fun ones here. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam shows up again, Babylon, The Batman, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Blonde, Elvis, Emancipation, Matilda the Musical, and The Whale.
Okay, still no Everything Ever All at Once here. Doesn't matter, it missed the Oscars too. What else missed here? Crimes of the Future?
Crimes of the Future missed for Matilda, and I'm pretty sure everything else is the same.
Okay. Yeah. I'm glad that Matilda got a shout there. I mean, you watched Matilda this week.
I did. Yes.
I watched Matilda this week. Not this week, but I love Matilda, and I think the makeup in it is so good, and it really does feel like one of the biggest snubs off of the Oscar list, because, like, god damn, they really did that on Emma Thompson.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was her. I knew she was in the movie, and it took me like 5 minutes. I was like, oh, that's Emma Thompson.
They did a great job with that makeup, and it's really sad that it just got completely looked over. There's a lot of other great makeup in the movie, too, beyond Trunchbull. So yeah, I'm happy with this list. Am I a little bit sad to see Crimes of the Future be the one passed over for Matilda? Yes, but at the same time, that doesn't change my opinion that I do think Crimes of the Future is going to be in that final 5 at the Oscars, because it's so flashy, and it doesn't feel like something BAFTA would do anyways. BAFTA doesn't feel like big horror people.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the one that would miss to make the most sense to me, because as I mentioned before, I think Amsterdam and Blonde are pretty safe for like short lists. Like, do I think they'll be nominated at the end of the day? Probably not, but they feel like easy, like 7, 8 type movies. And then the only other one here I could see maybe miss would have been Emancipation, but
yes,
that Crimes of the Future, take your pick for which one you would take out to put in a more British project like Matilda.
Yeah, but again, I still think Crimes of the Future has a really solid chance at getting that 5th slot nomination. It's between that, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Babylon, in my mind, for that 5th place.
So we move into editing, which is a category where you and I have both been a little bit different from what we have at the 5th slot for the Oscars. And I feel like this BAFTA short list will really mess up my list, and we'll see if it will mess up your list as well, because we start off with After Sun.
Okay, good.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Good. Happy with that.
Then we move into the B's, so that means we miss
There's no
Avatar. There's no Avatar here.
I'm sorry. My condolences, Dylan.
We
so
have
sorry.
Babylon.
I do have that in my top 5. Babylon.
We have Babylon
okay.
at 3. Banshees.
Babylon's performing really well. I gotta say that. It's shockingly well so far.
I mean, like what we talked about the other week, I feel like everyone who loves Babylon is going to make sure it shows up, and just the people, like, it's going to get overwhelming love from the people who do love it. But moving on with this list, we have Banshees, we have Decision to Leave.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We have Elvis.
Okay. Elvis.
Everything Ever All at Once.
Good. I was a little bit freaked out that wasn't going to happen. Okay, I'm going to guess something right now. They skipped Fabelmans.
They did, but there's someone before that. So,
okay.
Skipping, or not skipping, but going from Everything Ever All at Once, we do skip Fabelmans. I'll skip over what this movie was, and we'll come back to it. So the last two are Top Gun Maverick and Triangle of Sadness.
Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and editing? Oh, and there's no tar.
There's no tar. You and I did mention that Triangle is going to show up at the BAFTAs to not be like overtly like exaggerated when it does show up in categories, because that is a movie the BAFTA should love. Like, it would be very concerning if it didn't show up there. The other movie, though, the one I want to skip over, because after seeing this editing list, I think it's getting nominated just because the BAFTAs, they're more inspired. They'll go out of quote quote pictures to nominate for editing, because they nominated Summer of Soul, and we have Moon Age Daydream popping up in the editing category.
That's really cool. That's a cool pick. I mean, I would not pick it because I think that the editing was really confusing and all over the place, but it definitely was a showcase of editing.
Yes, and I mean, the BAFTAs, they have their special things they do, and I don't know, that just screams like a BAFTA type pick to get at the end of the day.
Yeah. Okay, so they skipped Avatar. I don't think it's a big deal that they skipped Avatar. That doesn't feel like something that they would do. But they skipped Tar and The Fabelmans. And Tar, I think, is hit the hardest by that, because Tar feels like a film that should perform really well at the BAFTAs. And if that's not in editing, I don't think it can get in editing at the Oscars either.
Yeah, I mean, backpacking off of that, the BAFTAs have never been James Cameron's biggest fan. You go back to Titanic, which won 11 Oscars. It won 0 BAFTAs.
Really? Holy shit.
So I was expecting a kind of bad day for Avatar, but we'll dive into that a little bit more here later.
Yeah. Well, what I want to say about Titanic as well is that could have been backlash to the Oscars, because that was in the era when the BAFTAs were after the Oscars.
Okay. Did not know that. But that's a good point. Possibly. That
I'm not fact checking myself on that right now, but I might be wrong about that. Dylan, you can put a caption here if I'm wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that the BAFTAs were after the Oscars at that point.
So, costumes. Do you have any bold takes of anything that may miss?
Oh shit! Sorry, I just noticed one other thing. Women Talking missed editing as well. Not that we were really expecting it, but that's kind of like a death blow to that in editing. Costumes. Costumes, I want to see Everything Ever All at Once here. Let me just pull up my list here. I'm expecting to see The Fabelmans here, hopefully. Glass Onion, I think Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris needs this long list in order to stay in the race. I'd be curious to see if Corsage shows up here, if The Batman shows up here. But really, my biggest hope is Everything Ever All at Once.
So you mentioned 6 movies there. 3 made it, 3 missed. So, our list of 10 that are here is All Quiet on the Western Front, Amsterdam.
Really? Amsterdam? What?
Amsterdam is showing up. Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, so no Batman. Black Panther,
Banshees.
Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
Corsage.
Elvis.
Glass Onion, so no Everything Everywhere.
Motherfucker.
Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Oh.
And our last one, and it's not The Fabelmans, is Matilda the Musical.
Cool pick for Matilda, but what the fuck?
Amsterdam's there over Batman, over Fabelmans, over Everything Everywhere.
No Woman King.
Over Woman King. Yeah.
And this is probably one of the best categories for crossover between the Oscars and the BAFTAs. Is costume design. They have a very similar branch because a lot of costume designers are motherfucking British. So I think this bodes very well for Elvis, Black Panther, Babylon. Not that they needed it, but it also bodes well for Glass Onion.
Yeah, I would say this makes the top 3, like you just said. Elvis, Babylon, Black Panther, and then 4 or 5, you can make the case, hey, maybe something that missed here still has a shot, but still, I feel like Glass Onion definitely shoots up into that possible 5th realm.
Yeah. Well, what I would feel is that one film that makes BAFTA is not going to make the Oscar. Like, there's going to be one film difference between them, but 4 out of 5 I'm going to say are going to be the same. So we can count on Elvis, Black Panther, Babylon, then one of the 2 other ones that makes the final list for BAFTA. I don't know why I'm starting to get an inkling of a suspicion that it's going to be All Quiet, and All Quiet is just going to perform across the board at BAFTAs. But yeah, the other one, I think Everything Everywhere still can have the passion to make it in at the Oscars.
Yeah, I'm thinking that one random BAFTA pick's probably going to be Corsage. At least looking at this group, this lineup here, that seems to be the one stick out. It's like, that's not really in contention for the Oscar. I mean, Amsterdam as well, but I don't think Amsterdam will get nominated here. Corsage, I could see the path. However, that moves us to cinematography, and this is a list I did not look at earlier, the actual nominees, and I'm looking at them, and I think it's laughably bad. However, we have 10 movies, and 167 of them were submitted, and our winner, in my eyes, is not here because there is no Avatar: The Way of Water.
Oh, it's not winning. I'm sorry, Dylan. It's Top Gun is sweeping, but is Top Gun here? That's the question.
Yes, Top Gun is here. I'll start from the bottom and go to the top in that case, because Top Gun Maverick is the most bottom movie, so that means obviously no woman talking, no woman king, not that we expect either, but...
I think we can agree Top Gun Maverick is the most bottom movie, as it is extremely homoerotic.
True.
But let's carry on.
We have Tar.
Okay, Tar.
We have Stinkin' Empire of Lights.
Oh no.
We have Elvis.
Oh no, they skipped Everything Ever All at Once.
You know what they didn't skip though? They didn't skip Greg Fraser for the Batman.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool shout.
Banshees,
okay. Oh,
Babylon.
They skipped Nope. They did skip Nope too. And the Fabelmans. Holy shit, they skipped the Fabelmans. Oh my god.
Fabelmans is not having a good day so far. Neither is Avatar, I guess Tar's very hit or miss. It's making some places and missing others, but Woman King's also not having the best day. Women talking as well. But yes, Banshees, Babylon, which is having a great day. I don't feel like it's missed anything so far. Then you get the... I wouldn't say these are bad nominations. I just think they're interesting ones. You have Athena, which I know you were very high of its cinematography.
Oh, yeah. That's great. That's a great
pick. Very much a BAFTA reach type pick. Then you have making another long list here, Amsterdam. Oh my God. 3 in a row. BAFTAs don't care about who directed that movie. They said, we like it. Let's throw it some bones. And then our last cinematography nomination, this one isn't wild. This is just what we expected, All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, it's a disaster. Okay, so they skipped Avatar, they skipped Fabelmans, did they do Babylon?
They did. Babylon hasn't missed anything.
Okay, Babylon's here. Jesus Christ. They skipped Everything Everywhere, they skipped Nope. No Bardo, which I know we had a dream that Bardo could still be here. If Amsterdam's here, why is Bardo not here? Because you've got Emmanuel Lubezki doing Amsterdam and doing like a not very good version of his style in Amsterdam. And then you've got Iñárritu and Darius Kanji doing a very good version of Emmanuel Lubezki's style in Bardo.
Well, we talked about this when Bardo came out. I think people made their minds up about Bardo and they just aren't going to change it. And therefore, Bardo is nothing across the board outside of international, where that still is a risk-type pick. But
wait, Dylan, did you hear how Bardo could still win Best Picture and Best Director?
I promise that wasn't me.
it was definitely you.
That brings us to casting, where, again, there's no Bardo going to be here. But there are 10 films. Okay. And this is basically ensemble. This is like a SAG ensemble kind of thing. Yeah, it kind of is. These nominees, I will say right now, do not scream SAG ensemble, but yes, this would be a SAG ensemble type category, because we have After Sun, a movie with 2 actors.
I was going to say Frankie Corio.
We have All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah.
We have Banshees.
Yep, that makes sense.
We have Elvis.
Yes. Okay, are we missing anything in that jump?
We will miss
Babylon.
stuff. We haven't.
We're missing
Babylon's
Babylon.
missing. We haven't missed the big stuff yet.
Yeah.
Everything Everywhere All at Once is next, obviously.
Good.
Here's where we'll get our first miss. We skip over the G's, no glass onion.
And no Fableman.
Fableman's is here.
Oh, Fableman's is here?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I got a little ahead of myself. I was like, I want to say there's no glass onion. I want to be right about that. Yes,
Yeah.
no glass onion. Fableman's is here. Here's our British shout-outs. We get Living and Matilda.
Nice. I'm happy with that.
And then we get Tar. And our
Tar.
last nominee here is also a T.
Oh god, it's Top Gun Maverick, and they skipped
3
fucking
words
women
long.
talking.
And it's 3
Triangle
words
of
long.
Sadness.
It is Triangle of Sadness.
It's not Top Gun Maverick. Okay, good.
I was trying to bait the Top Gun Maverick as long as I could. Yes, no woman talking, no woman king, no Top Gun.
Motherfuckers.
And
How
no
are they going to
glass
skip
onion.
women talking in goddamn casting? That is the cast of the year.
So, I mean, looking at this list, I mean, there's some wild picks out there. I mean, if the BAFTAs pick Living, what are they doing? Or After Sun, too. Because, I mean, yeah, you can make the case of 2 casters.
It's
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. I guess I'm looking at this more as an ensemble than a cast for, like, specific characters.
Yeah. I know, but I guess that the challenge with After Sun is casting in a way that's very authentic, casting someone, a kid who can not only sell being across from Paul Mescal as seemingly like a father-daughter, but also looking close enough to but to look similar enough to be father and daughter and brother and sister, because they constantly get mistaken for siblings during it because he's a very young father. And she also has to be able to hold her weight against Paul Mescal. So I think that is an achievement in casting. But I could say the same thing about Matilda, although it's a little bit less difficult to find theater kids who can sing and dance than it is to find someone as vulnerable as Frankie Corio.
Fair enough. Big takeaways here for casting. Babylon had everything. It misses here.
Yep.
Fableman's had missed everything. Fableman's gets in here.
Interesting. The tides are turning. I don't think that we're gonna see Fableman's miss too many big categories. I think it'll probably miss one of the 2 for supporting actor, or both.
All right.
Maybe both.
Let's find out,
We'll see.
because supporting actor is up next. 10 make it, and guess what? I think this is a cool stat. 325 supporting actor performances were submitted. That would include, think of some random actor in some random movie. That probably includes them. But let's get into our list here, because we're starting off with Brendan Gleeson in The Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
These are in, what order is this in? This is in last name of the actor.
Gleason. Okay, so we skipped Paul Dano.
We did.
So that's okay. We missed a Fableman's boy.
Then Tom Hanks in Elvis.
No.
BAFTA Redeemer Award here. SAG, SAG's coming up. We'll talk about SAG in a little bit, but this looks good for Hanks. Next up is Woody Harrelson in Triangle of Sadness.
Okay.
Very BAFTA pick here. We're moving out of the H's, so no Judd Hirsch. Both Fableman's misses.
No! Brian Tyree Henry!
Yep, he is not here as well.
No! Oh, no.
So we have
both
Gleason,
Fableman's boys
Hanks,
missed. Jesus
Harrelson,
Christ.
then Barry Keoghan for Banshees.
Okay, Barry Keoghan.
Brad
Happy with
Pitt,
that?
Babylon. Hey, Brad Pitt hasn't missed a beat yet. SAG is coming up. And then the Oscars. Then
God.
all of our predicted winner is here. Ke Quan, Everything Ever All at Once.
Yep, that makes sense.
Eddie Redmayne and The Good Nurse.
Of course he's there.
I'm going to apologize for this pronunciation up next. I'm probably going to say it long, but Albert Scrooge from All Quiet on the Western Front. I'm assuming he is the soldier with the mustache. That is the more closer one with our protagonist. I don't know that for a fact, but that's who I would guess it would be.
That's a really odd shout out.
That just shows how much the BAFTAs love their war movie. And then
I guess so.
BAFTAs are gonna BAFTA, and if there's a British movie, they gotta have at least one nominee from said British movie, even if everyone in the world says this movie is garbage. Mikkel Ward, Empire of Light, get your shout out here.
2 things.
And we have one more.
Motherfucking Ben Whishaw.
He's here.
Ah!
He's our 10.
Yes! Okay, finally we see him there.
Yeah.
Finally we see women talking in some goddamn category here. What the hell?
Yeah,
why is this film underperforming? Oh, it was in score. It was in score as well.
To recap, we have Gleason, Hanks, Harrelson, Keegan, Pitt, Kwan, Redmayne, Scrooge, Ward, and Wishaw. So, no Fablemans, no Brian Tyree Henry.
No Rylance.
Yeah, no Rylance, but I guess, yeah, Rylance is British. They could have shouted him out, but, yeah, I guess everyone else who's supposed to be here showed up.
Mm-hmm. Michael Ward is not a supporting actor in that movie. He is the lead of that movie.
Didn't they submit him as lead? I swear I remember seeing that. No, they submitted
him as supporting. For some reason. They're like, Olivia Colman, who is in, like, less than half of the movie.
I would say they're co-leads.
They are co-leads. They are co-leads, but Michael Ward is more of a co-lead. It's his story.
Yeah, okay. I think it's both their stories. It's just weaved in. But regardless, Empire Light, bad movie. Don't waste your money. Moving into supporting actress. This category we had less submissions, only 260, but we get 10. Up. And yes, it is without me having to even read it. Do you want to make a bold take or just a guess? You get one guess for someone who makes it, one guess for someone who misses.
Okay. Neither women talking actress is here. I'm going to guess that for one.
And then what's your guess of who does make it?
I'm also going to say Stephanie Sue is not there. Nina Hoss is going to be here.
All right, so let's dive into this. Angela Bassett shows up Black Panther Wakanda Forever.
Of course she does.
Yeah. Hong Chow, the Wow. The whale.
The Wow. Hong Chow in the Wow. So we skipped Jessie Buckley then.
We did. Carrie Condon, Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay, Carrie Condon. And then next is probably Jamie Lee Curtis.
You would be right. Jamie Lee Curtis, followed by Dali De Leon, Triangle of Sadness.
Yep. That makes sense.
Then we have the most... this is not baffling because it's a bad pick. This is baffling because of everything that's happened before this. Personally, this actress is in my personal supporting actress lineup, but the fact that this movie has shown up nowhere yet is Lashana Lynch for The Woman King.
They skipped Claire Foy. Those motherfuckers skipped Claire Foy.
They did. So far, 0 for 2 with the women talking actresses, but Woman King shows up here.
Dude.
Janelle Monáe shows up, Glass Onion.
Okay.
Carey Mulligan, She Said.
Of course.
And then we round this out with 2 very British nominees, Emma Thompson and Matilda the Musical.
Okay. Cool.
And not a good pick for this next one is Amelie Lee Wood in Living.
I don't. No, Amy Lee Wood.
She gets in over.
Wood does not deserve.
She gets in over both women talking actresses.
And Stephanie Sue, and I was wrong. Nina Hoss was not there. Tar underperforming still. That's bad for Tar. Bad look for Tar. But okay, so Carrie Condon's there, Jamie Lee Curtis is there, Angela Bassett is there, no Buckley, we've got Monet, Mulligan, DeLeon, no Sue, no Foy, no Haas, but I guess they made room for Hong Chow.
Okay. As I mentioned before, I glanced at the BAFTA list. I didn't read them all. I just went to specific categories to look at something. Right. So I just saw actor and actress. Which category would you like first?
Okay, hit me with actor. Let's go for actor. But based on how you laughed there, I think that there's a big miss. So I think either Butler or Fraser is not going to be there.
I'll let you know right now, actor has no big misses. The top 4 are here. It's just the others who they picked are the, I wouldn't say this is a laugh of negativity. It's more a laugh of, like, good for them. So Austin Butler, Elvis.
Oh my God, is Mark Rylance there?
Tom Cruise, Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Harris Dickinson, Triangle of Sadness.
All right.
Brendan Fraser, The Whale.
Okay, yeah.
Colin Farrell, Banshees of Inisherin.
Of course.
And Daniel motherfucking Kaluuya and Nope.
Yes, they did it. They skipped nope everywhere else. But it's
The
here.
the actors, they don't care. Maybe he was a save, honestly. I don't know if they do saves and
Oh yeah, they do.
Longlist.
I think how this works is the top 7 are picked by the branch, and then the final 3 are saves.
Then you
So
got
Daniel
Felix.
Kaluuya could be a save.
You got Felix Kramer and All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah, yeah. Felix makes sense there.
Then you have Dale McCormick and Good Luck to You, Leo Grand.
Okay, go
Out
off
there pick.
BAFTA.
Paul Mescal in After Sun and Bill Nighy in Living.
Awesome. Okay.
No Calva?
So, no Calva, no Jeremy Pope,
And no Will Smith.
no Hugh Jackman.
And no Hugh Jackman.
No Hugh Jackman. Is Gabriel LaBelle there?
He is not.
Okay. No Gabriel LaBelle and no Tom Hanks in a Man Called Otto. So,
Correct.
not too sad about that. All right. So, I mean, my full top 5 is here: Farrell, Butler, Frazier, Nighy, and Cruz.
My top my top 5 is here as well. Then the rest of my 10 besides Mescal was not there, but that's fine. So in years past,
Same.
in years past was acting categories 15 and now they're down to 10.
I think so. I think most categories have always been 15.
I think that's why we're getting so many random people maybe pop up or not show up, I guess, is because these random people are the ones who are being saved. Like, if I had to guess, Kaluuya was a save, McCormick was a save, and then Dickinson were the saves. They would have been the 3 saves here. And then the other people who would have been in our normal, 10 that get voted on are the ones who are missing. And then, the rest of the saves. I don't know. That's just my input, my takes from what I'm seeing so far. Regardless, lead actress time. Thank you, BAFTAs. You redeemed me. Naomi Ackie finally gets nominated for something, and I want to dance.
Oh, fuck, dude! I watched that movie this week. It's a piece
Me too.
of shit. It's
Movie
bad.
is fine. It's fine. It's generic.
Yeah, it's.
I agree.
Okay.
I think generic movies are the worst. But
Here's my rant moment though.
Go
is
ahead,
it
go
feels so disrespectful to Whitney Houston to skip over all of the harsher details of her life, to basically present an image of someone who really didn't have any flaws. Like, I understood all of these estate authorized things are just they're neutering who the people actually were. It feels so
guess what?
disrespectful.
take away the neutered, give it all. Ana de Armas is here for blonde. So you get both. You get both takes on a famous person.
Ana de Armas. Okay, so are they counting the A as the last name there, or
Yes.
the D?
It's
Okay,
an A.
so they're not skipping Blanchett then.
Correct, because it's like Tyree Henry. It would be H instead of T. But
Well,
yes,
I didn't know because with Dolly DeLeon they did the D there instead of the L.
Interesting. Okay. But yes, so we have a bad take on a famous musician, and then we get a fake take on a real person, and now give us a fake take on a fake person with Cate Blanchett and Tar.
Cool. Cate Blanchett.
Jessica Chastain is next. Good Nurse.
Oh,
Good Nurse
no.
Sweep
How?
is upon us.
How?
The Woman King being saved again, Viola Davis shows up here.
Viola Davis. Oh, no Olivia Colman.
But Michael Ward. Danielle Deadweiler is here for Till.
Yep. Okay.
Leslie Manville is here for Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris.
Oh, no, they skipped Vicky Creeps.
Emma Thompson. Good luck to you, Leo Grand. So that means no Margot Robbie.
It's the double. No. No Margot Robbie. Oh,
What I think is interesting is Babylon hit everything, then miscasting, got Pitt, then missed Calva, and missed Robbie. And then our final two are the double Michelles, Williams, and Yo.
Okay, that's not as surprising. Oh, no Jennifer Lawrence either.
I doubt they even watch Causeway, to be honest.
No, I don't think anyone watched Causeway.
I really wanted to watch it. It took me forever. I just watched it.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good. Like you said, it's just a small, low-stakes movie.
Brian Tyree Henry, though.
He's good. He's good.
He's great. He's great. Okay, yeah. No, this, not too many big surprises here. I think this confirms Margot Robbie is out of my top 5. She already was, but this confirms it for me, that Margot Robbie is not happening.
So is Davis your 5?
Davis is my 5, yes.
All right. Adapted time.
All right, adapted screenplay. Hit me with it.
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Okay, All Quiet. Makes sense.
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion. Okay, so they skipped Avatar, but that's not a huge surprise.
Del Toro's Pinocchio.
Nice. Nice. Fucking nice.
Living.
Expected.
The Quiet Girl.
Yeah. What? That not make... Now that I noticed that, it didn't make supporting actress. Not supporting actress. It didn't make casting or like... Wow. Quiet Girl's been snubbed a lot.
I think if this was a year 15 in those categories, it probably would show up more. But because it's 10, we cut off the excess. That brings us to She Said.
Okay, She Said's there. Makes sense.
Top Gun Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
The Whale.
The Whale.
Woman Talking.
Women Talking.
And The Wonder.
Nice. Okay,
so
gotta
nothing
give...
big miss.
So, okay, that's awesome. Okay, I'm happy for Emma Donoghue with The Wonder. She deserves that. She really does deserve that. And Women Talking, I'm glad that it's here after its disgusting supporting actress miss.
I would say our top 8 all showed up. All Quiet, Glass Onion.
Yep.
Living, She Said, Maverick, Whale, Women Talking, Pinocchio. Not that order,
Yep.
obviously,
Perfect.
but those are the nominees. What I think is interesting, I like to highlight these eligibility numbers. Adapted only had 69, while original is all the way up at 82. So there was more competition here.
Okay. Interesting.
Obviously, with everything else going on this year, this has been a very competitive category, I guess you could say. But that brings us to our nominees, and I already see one big miss. We have After Sun, we have Banshees, and then we have Decision to Leave. So that means Babylon misses once again.
Babylon misses. Yep.
Elvis, Everything Ever All at Once, The Fablemans.
Okay,
Babylon
I was gonna
missed.
say is The Fablemans the big miss.
Babylon missed for Good Luck to You, Leo Grand. Because running out our list is the rest of the top original screenplay contenders, I would say, of The Menu, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness.
Oh, there's no Nope, though.
I would have Menu over Nope at this moment. I would say this is the top 9, or 9 of the top 10 excluding Babylon.
Yeah. That makes sense to me. I guess I'd put The Menu and Nope on equal footing. But Decision to Leave's here. Did you say that is The Woman King here?
It is not.
No, The Woman's King. Okay, so interesting.
But After Sun, Banshees, Elvis, or not Elvis. Elvis is here, but After Sun, Banshees, Everything Everywhere, Fablemans, Tar, Triangle. Those are your 6-1 misses for the Oscars.
Yeah. Easy. All right, let's move.
All right, director. 16 got in here.
16?
Yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay,
I
so
don't
no
know
one's going to miss.
Why 16? I would assume maybe it was supposed to be 15 and there was a tie again. I don't know. 206 eligible films were here, though. But, yeah, I'll run through these quick and then we can regroup at the end. After Sun, All Quiet, Banshees, Corsage, Decision to Leave.
Avatar. Oh.
Elvis, Everything Ever All at Once, Just Wait, It Gets Worse, Fire Love, Quiet Girl, Saint Omer, She Said, Tar, Till, Maverick, Woman King, Women Talking. So yes, James Cameron and Steven Spielberg did not get to show up here at the BAFTAs.
Okay, I didn't catch everything. Okay, was Tar there?
Tar was here.
Okay, so Todd Field's there. Women Talking.
Yes.
Good. Thank fucking God.
Kaczynski's here too.
I didn't
no
hear
RR.
RRR. Yeah, so
But
Roger Mooley's
Kaczynski
not
is
there.
here for Maverick.
Wow. Is Baz Luhrmann there?
He is for Elvis.
Okay. And Park Chan-wook.
Yes.
Okay.
But guess who's not here, though? After it showed up almost every category so far, no Triangle of Sadness, no Ruben Östlund.
Oh, fucking rip.
But we do get a director here of Fire of Love.
Sarah Dosa, she does deserve it. She does deserve the amount of work that was done on that film. It's just astounding. Like, okay. I'm a little sad that didn't make editing, actually.
Quick extra ad point here. I'm reading their little description here. It says 16 will advance from a long list of jurors of 10, 5 male, 5 female, to select 16, 8 male and 8 female directors. So, that could be part of the reason of Cameron and Spielberg missing, because They picked 8 other males over, while maybe they would have been over some of the female nominees. Regardless, they missed, and we got stuff like Decision to Leave over it, Elvis over it, Maverick
Gina
over
Prince
it.
Blythewood there for the Woman King?
Yes. So
yeah.
I'll run through them again. After Sun, All Quiet, Banshees, Corsage, Decision to Leave, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fire of Love, Quiet Girl, Saint Omer, She Said, Tar, Till, Maverick, Woman King, Woman Talking.
Okay,
so
cool. Yeah. Now I got it all that time. So.
Looking more at the breakdown, if you want to go like the 8 male, 8 females, the males that got in over Cameron, over Spielberg would be Kaczynski and Maverick, Field for Tar, Daniels, Everything Everywhere, Luhrmann for Elvis, Chan Wook for Decision to Leave. Why am I blanking on his name? McDonough for Banshees, All Quiet on the Western Front, and I'm missing one.
The Quiet Girl, Colm Bayriad.
Okay, so I guess if you want to look deeper at it, Quiet Girl took either Spielberg or Cameron's spot.
Spielberg missing there is fucked up, dude. Oh my god.
The jury picked 4, and the long list picked the rest.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I kind of vibe with it. I kind of vibe with how fucked that is.
I wonder how many people actually read.
Not winning the Oscar.
Because this is the category where I saw all the stuff this morning. It's like, okay, I gotta go look. I wonder how many people actually read that to see like, oh, it was 8 and 8, and they just go like, oh my gosh, Cameron and Spielberg missed if they pick like one of the other movies. Like, oh, they missed for this sort of thing. Because I guess when you put it into perspective, that does make sense. Because like Chan Wook is a very BAFTA pick, and Quiet Girl is as well. It's just like the Maverick and the Elvis taking the spots for them.
Yeah, it's not like we're seeing Chinonye Chukwu for Till taking someone's spot or Gina Prince Blythewood. Those would be much more like jarring. But I want to know, because I still have Sarah Polley in my top 5 for the Oscars. I want to know how close Sarah Polley was in there.
I mean, to me, she would be 1 or 2 for the if you're going off of the male female side. It would be her and I guess for BAFTA, maybe Saint Omer.
Yeah.
Or After Sun. I guess After Sun. After Sun would probably be one.
It's After Sun. After Sun.
Okay. Animated film. 8 films got in here. Why 8? I don't know. But
I don't know. They do 3 nominees, so they're fucked up.
The Amazing Maurice is our first one.
What?
21 movies were eligible, by the way, and 8 got in.
Go off.
Bad Guys are here.
Okay. Bad Guys.
Pinocchio.
Yep, makes sense.
And shoot back to our very second episode, we said Pinocchio would beat Lightyear, and guess what? They're both here at the BAFTAs.
Oh, Lightyear's here. Why is Lightyear here? Dude.
Well, Marcel the Shell is also here.
Marcel the Shell.
BAFTAs definitely listened to our last episode, and they heard my cry for someone to give recognition to this next movie, because this movie deserves
My Father's
love.
Dragon. It's Irish.
Minions, Rise of Gru.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Puss in Boots and Turning Red round out our 8. No Strange World, no Wendell and Wild, no My Father's Dragon. But guess what? We got Minions.
My Father's Dragon is Irish.
In my eyes, our 5 are Turning Red, Puss in Boots, Marcel, Pinocchio, and then take your pick of Bad Guys, or I don't know. I think this makes Bad Guys not a 5th.
It's still Wendell and Wild, man. Wendell and Wild's gonna get the Annie nomination. It's still Wendell and Wild.
Probably. You're probably right. Documentary, though, there's 56 eligible here. They've got 10. A jury picked 3. The other 7 were from the committee.
Ooh. I want to point out, in director, Fire of Love made it in. Sarah Dosa. But guess who didn't make it in? Laura Poitras for All the Beauty and the Bloodshed.
Well, I'll rest your fears, because we have All That Breathes, All the Beauty and the Bloodshed,
there we go.
A Bunch of Amateurs, Fire of Love, The Ghost of Richard Harris, Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen, A Journey, A Song, Louis Armstrong, Black and Blue, Mick Honore, Mcenroe, Moon Age Daydream, and Navalny. No territory.
So we missed Descendant. I wasn't expecting Descendant here because that's a very American film. We missed
Territory's
Bad
the
Axe.
other big one.
Yeah, Territory is missing, but and the Janes. I wasn't expecting the Janes or Bad Axe or Descendant here, so everything else is here.
They finished their voting on the 27th of December, though. I feel like that was before the doc shortlist, so like they would have had like
No, the doc shortlist was much earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, still, they finished their voting on the. Keep in mind, for everything here, BAFTA voting ended on the 27th of December. So, part of what we could be seeing of the Avatar, Babylon, what were some other really late releases? Those movies, they could have had screener issues. Who knows? But films not in an English language, we have 10. 49 were eligible: All Quiet, Argentina 1985, Bardo, Close, Corsage, Decision to Leave, EO, Holy Spider, Quiet Girl, and RRR.
RRR finally makes something here. Jesus Christ. It's had a beatdown.
Wait, how is Saint Omer not here?
Because it is boring as shit?
But they gave a director nomination.
Oh,
well.
That's a jury save.
You're right.
Jury
You're
save.
right. Okay, so here, our jury saves. I don't even know what the jury saves would be, because this seems like the top 10.
Was Close there?
Yes.
Okay.
This is literally from our last episode. Our top 10, just remove RRR and put in Saint Omer.
All right. Okay.
Because like Bardo's here, Corsage is here, Holy Spider and Quiet Girl for the lower not are competing, or I guess they are competing, but not the ones that we all were like. These are the five in.
I missed it. Is EO here?
EO is here. Yes.
Yeah. EO. Joyland. I didn't catch that.
No
one.
Joyland. No Joyland.
No Joyland. Okay.
But that could be another screener issue because that movie's not technically out yet.
Yeah, I guess so, but it hasn't had screener issues anywhere else, so.
True. Fair enough. Do you want to hear Outstanding Debut by a British writer?
No, I don't care.
What about Outstanding British Film?
Yes.
Good, because I'm skipping to the middle of this film. We have Empire of Light. All right, going back to the top. After Sun, Banshees, Blue Jean, Brian and Charles, Emily, Empire of Light, Good Luck to You, Leo Grande, Lady Chatterley's Lover, Living, The Lost King, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris, Matilda the Musical, See How They Run, The Swimmers, and The Wonder. Why is there 15 here when we only get 10 in Best Film? Who knows?
That's a long list. And finally, Blue Jean makes something. That was Arno's pick for one of his waiver drafts, and it's not doing well here. But Blue Jean's here.
Well,
See How They Run made it here. That's interesting. And again, I'm really happy for The Wonder. Very, very happy that The Wonder made it here. That is an underrated movie that deserves more love.
Even more to the confusing side, 57 films were eligible in this category. They picked 15. Moving to Best Film, 214 films were eligible. They only picked 10.
Okay. So we're not expecting the top 10 here, are we? Right? So we're not expecting the top 10. I'm going to say that I think that Women Talking, Glass Onion, and Babylon will all miss from that, right? So those were part of my top 10. But I think that Elvis, Tar, Avatar, Fabelmans, Banshees, Top Gun, and everything everywhere are all safe. Maybe Avatar's not safe here. So maybe we're missing 3 or 4. And in its place, I'd say we're going to see All Quiet, we're going to see After Sun, we're going to see Triangle of Sadness, and we're going to see Living.
4 were missing, and those were the 4 that showed up. So yes, you have the 6, you have the 4, but I'll read them over again.
Holy shit, did I just get all of them? Damn.
Yep. After Sun, All Quiet, Banshees, Elvis, Everything Everywhere, Fabelmans, Living, Tar, Maverick, Triangle.
Another day, another fucking hit to Women Talking, dude. I am so sad about that.
Yeah, it's... I wonder what the issue is, because... Is Orion just sucking at, like, screening this movie? Because, like, this movie's technically not out in wide release anywhere yet. But it played at every festival, though. So, like, I feel like people who want to see it would have seen it.
Up. It still showed up in screenplay and supporting actor and score.
The thing is, the score is available. The screenplay is an easy write-in. The Wish All thing I get. But that is such a weird category where there's no real people, so you could put anyone.
I just don't get it, man. I don't get why women talking is so. Oh, and director as well, but I don't fucking get it. I don't. How the hell is this movie getting so snubbed across the board?
I don't know. BAFTAs are here, though. We have a lot of crazy stuff. And BAFTAs, as they've seemed to do every year recently, they add one new thing to make it even weirder for the next year. Because they originally added the jury system. And they're like, okay, doing a full slate of 5 from the jury is too weird. So why don't we just make it 2 jury spots? Even this year, like, how about we cut all our categories from 15 to 10 and then still include the jury there? So I wonder what they'll do next year to make it even more crazy and sporadic for our predicting habits.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too many huge surprises here. I mean, what are some of your big takeaways here? Because for me, my big takeaway is that The Fabelmans is not performing very well, especially outside of America. As well, that Everything Ever All at Once actually does have appeal, because that was something that a lot of people said that film was going to struggle at BAFTA. Clearly, it's not. The only category where it really missed was costume design, and I think it made everything else. Oh, and Stephanie Sue, but Jamie Lee Curtis still made it. So Stephanie Sue's not making it anywhere. So
I just noticed BAFTA doesn't do a song either. That's the only other category. But for surprises, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of stuff is stuff I've told you ahead of time. Like, this is what I kind of expect. Like, the British film showed up. Living did well. Triangle did well. After Sun did well. And then the films, I'm like, these films could struggle. Women Talking. Avatar. They both struggled, but Babylon. Those are all stuff. Babylon above the line. Babylon's weird. It hit everything until we got to the above the lines. And then it missed everything besides Pitt.
And that actually makes sense to me as a trend of how Babylon's going to perform, which is that I think that a lot of craftspeople are going to be unable to deny that it's really impressive in the crafts departments, but that doesn't mean that they really love the film, right? Like, you can not like Babylon and still appreciate the production design of that movie.
All right, here's my biggest surprise. Amsterdam showing up on 3 long list.
Woo, boy. Oh, Lord.
Imagine if this was like last year when they had like 15 actors and like Christian Bale would have shown up an actor.
Yeah, he would have. Imagine if David O. Russell showed up.
Not with how they're doing the split male and female.
Yeah.
If it would have been like a straight, like, it could be anyone. I feel like he may have like on like a list of 20 maybe shown up, but not in like a split.
God. But I think that's a similar thing to Babylon, where craftspeople can say, oh yeah, we liked what they did here. Because honestly, I think that Amsterdam, if you're taking away everything else, it looks good, it sounds good, and there's a lot of very impressive elements to it. It's still a David O. Russell film, and it's similar to American Hustle or Silver Linings Playbook in how it kind of is put together.
Well, this was a long one, so everyone out there, let us know, what were your biggest surprises at BAFTA? Was it Avatar or Women Talking underperforming, or was it something like Triangle of Sadness really overperforming to like some people's expectation? I would love to know, but until next time, my name is Dyl.
And my name is Matt, and this has been Fantasy Filmball.